Alison Bennett.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. I want to begin today not with statistics or slogans, but with the reality of just one life. A constituent of mine, Sarah from Hassocks. Sarah has a spinal cord injury. She is a wheelchair user, and this is what her personal independence payment makes possible. It pays for underwear that doesn't dig into her skin, wedge pillows to raise her legs, grabber sticks so that she can pick things up off the floor, a second wheelchair to keep upstairs. It covers the use of a specialist rehabilitation gym that keeps her as healthy as possible. It allows her to buy heated blankets for the cold weather because the cold weather makes her pain worse. It pays for specialist outdoor clothes from Norway to cover her legs, and in hot weather, extra fans because the heat makes her injured body swell. Her PIP funds a CPAP machine that runs 24 hours a day connected directly to the hospital because she has developed sleep apnea, and it pays for the additional electricity to keep it going. A specialist mattress to prevent pressure sores, for bathing aids, and also for specialist body wipes for when cleaning herself is just too difficult. It pays for extra fuel for an average of 4 medical appointments each month, some in Hassocks and some as far away as London. And it has helped to make her garden accessible, so she can have at least one part of her home where she feels free. Madam Deputy Speaker, these are not luxuries. They are the bare essentials that allow Sarah to live in dignity with some measure of independence. But Sarah told me she has no faith in the system operated by the Department for Work and Pensions. No trust that fair and just decisions will be reached, because in her experience, the DWP's overriding drive is not to understand, but simply to cut. The government's last-minute climate... I will give way.
Deirdre Costigan.
Member for giving way, and I wonder if she has told her constituent Sarah that under these proposals, nobody who is currently on PIP, like her constituent, will have a single penny of their income cut, and they will be protected for time immemorial.
I thank the honourable member for her intervention. I didn't need to explain that to Sarah. Sarah fully understands that, and I'm about to address that point in my speech. The government's last-minute climb down has brought her no comfort because Sarah never imagined she would be in a wheelchair. She never thought her life would change forever in an instant. And she knows that for thousands of people, that change is still to come. Life can turn on a sixpence. A single diagnosis, a single accident, and suddenly you find yourself in a world you never imagined, up against barriers you never thought you would face. And when that happens, the welfare system should be there to support you, not to abandon you. Madam Deputy Speaker, it is not just disabled people themselves who will be harmed by this bill. It is also the millions of family carers, the unpaid carers, whose labour sustains our entire health and social care system.
Will the honourable member give way?
I will give way.
Does the honourable member share my concern around the fate of unpaid carers, given that carers' allowance hinges on a disabled person receiving PIP? And with 1 in 5 people in my constituency of Tiverton and Minehead who are disabled, well above the national average, would the Secretary of State commit to delinking carers' allowance from PIP eligibility, or at minimum to providing automatic transitional payments during PIP reassessments so that devoted carers are not left destitute while assessments drag on?
Thank my honourable friend for her intervention. She makes a very wise point. And in my constituency of Mid-Sussex, 1 in 4 carers are themselves disabled. Carers UK has warned in the clearest possible terms that this bill still risks a severe and lasting financial impact on future unpaid carers and disabled people, people already facing significant hardship. Even after the government's partial concessions, around 81,000 future carers stand to lose support by 2029-30. This is not a small technical change. It is a decision that will push families closer to poverty, create a 2-tier system of entitlements and deepen inequalities. Let us be clear, the government has produced no impact assessment, no comprehensive evidence on what this will mean, no consultation with the carers themselves. Carers have been ignored by this government throughout this entire debacle, and their voice must now be heard loud and clear. The Liberal Democrats will continue to oppose this bill that risks stripping thousands of carers of vital assistance and leaving some of the most vulnerable people in Britain without support. Yes, we agree the welfare bill is too high, but if the government was serious about bringing it down, it would be serious about fixing health and, critically, social care at pace without tackling chronic ill health at its root, rather than punishing those who live with its consequences. Madam Deputy Speaker, Sarah told me that she wanted to speak up not for herself, but for that future community of disabled people. Because the truth is this: most able-bodied people think they understand disability, but until you are there, you cannot comprehend the world of barriers that are thrown up. And for many, that day will come after this government's reforms have been forced through. That is why I say to ministers today, pause this bill, go back to the drawing board, consult the people whose lives you're about to upend, show them the basic respect of listening before you legislate to take away their support. Because if we do not stand with disabled people and carers now, if we do not insist on compassion and fairness at the heart of our welfare system, we will all pay the price later, not just in higher costs to the NHS and social care, but in the erosion of the values that bind our communities together. Thank you.